What's up, guys? Friend just bought this house. I don't know what this person did to this, but this is some type of sheetrock, mud, caulk, trim, repair. I don't know. Look at this over here. I don't know. So anyway, friend asked me if I could replace this piece of trim for him. And I said, sure, but while I was looking at it, I noticed that this piece up here is split from here all the way to here. So I asked him to get a second piece so I can replace both. This is a sliding closet door, and whoever did this took a fourth piece of trim and turned it upside down, which it doesn't look terrible. It was a great idea what they did, but I'm hoping that I can get this piece and this piece off, and this piece stays so that I don't have to try to figure out how to put it back up. But we're gonna get started. I'm gonna take it apart like you normally would. Take your razor knife and all of the seams. So this one's kind of popped already up top, but down at the bottom you'll see. You're gonna wanna take and run your knife, cutting the caulk and the paint. And the reason it's so important is when you go to pop it off, if it's connected, you can force it off. You can use your hammer and your pry bar and you can get it to pop off, but it'll peel the paint back and make little paint strips. If you've ever been in a house and seen where it looks like someone tore pieces of the paint off, it's probably from making a trim repair and not cutting it well enough. So we're gonna do this side, we're gonna do this side. I mean, from looking at it, it looks like that might have been all that was holding it on. Tools you're gonna need: razor knife, flat bar or pry bar, and a little hammer. We're gonna put it on this side. Anytime you can, try not to put your pry bar on the sheetrock side. That way when you're prying, you're not damaging the wall. So we're gonna put it on this side, and instead of taking your pry bar and pulling it out like you would think would be natural, put your pry bar in there and pull it down, like so. And it's gonna only put the pressure right on the edge of the other piece of wood, all the way down. Pop it out. So opposite up here, we're gonna slide it in and we're gonna push it up. Put it right here, and we're gonna push it up, just like that. So, I'm gonna take my razor knife, just cut through this to make sure we get it off of there clean. That was the goal. We got it off in one piece, so we can use this piece to make sure we template our new piece of trim so that it fits correctly when we go back. We're gonna do the exact same thing. I'm gonna take my razor knife. Never seen this before, but I'm gonna cut here, and I'm gonna cut across the top. Now, on this piece over here, we're not replacing this piece of trim. So I wanna take care to make sure that I cut this apart right on the line where it joins, to make sure that when we take this off, it doesn't split this delicate little corner at the top right here off. Taking your time to prep it, to take it out, save you a lot of headache in the long run, even if it's a little bit more work up front. We're gonna start over here where we already took the trim down so that we can get our pry bar in a place that's not on our sheetrock. Perfect. That's where it was already split before. From there, we're gonna be able to get it right in here. the guy whose house this is gonna have to paint this when I'm done anyway. So if I cause little scratches and damage to this, or not damage, but just nicks in the paint, that's not the end of the world. I just don't want him to have to do a bunch of sheetrock work. Take time and be careful to pull this out because it's stapled together, which means this piece of trim came with this door as a one-piece kit. But we're gonna save this so we can use it to template our new piece for the top. Next up, you can see right here, this is a weird situation where this piece was behind this piece and it split off. So I got to get those little pieces cleaned out of there. You wouldn't normally have to do that. I've never ran into this situation. I've been doing this for, unfortunately, 30 years now. Only unfortunate because I'm old, not because I don't love doing it. There we go. Now we're going to take a pair of pliers and pull out all these staples and take a hammer and nail in all the nails so that when we cut our new piece, we can put it back up. I'm going to do that real quick and not talk anymore, and then we'll go over to the saw and we'll get to cutting. If you're pulling out a staple or a nail, almost just like what I did with the pry bar, you're going to want to grab it like so. Don't pull it out, just roll it up and then roll it the other way and it'll pop right out. One more little tip, something like this where I want to be real careful not to split this corner on this piece right here. And this staple right here is from the factory. It's stapled from this way and was stapled into the top piece of trim. So there's no way for me to pull the U part of the staple out. So if you just grab it and work it back and forth, it'll just break. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just break. You don't have to try to cut it. You don't have to try to do anything crazy. Just back and forth. Break. Now we're good. All right, next step's going to be laying out our new pieces and getting them cut. All right, so we're going to be putting this left side piece up first. And normally you would measure from the floor up to halfway across the top of the door, top plate, door jamb, top piece, casing, which would be 81.5 right there. But because we have this piece that we just took down, I'm going to just trace it, which is the easiest way when you're replacing something. But I have to take these nails out first, and I have to do it without breaking it. So, little tip, take your ladder that you're using, put it on there, tap the nails out, go to the next one, tap it out. Once you tap them all the way out like so, we'll just come to this side. Now, if you were just throwing this away, you wouldn't have to do that. But because we're going to use it to trace it over there on our little makeshift work table, we got to pull them out. All right. So we got that and our new piece of trim, and we're going to go over to the table. All right. So when you're casing a door, the door's 90 degrees at the corners, so your angle is always going to be 45 on a standard rectangle door opening. So you know that that's going to be a 45. So if you can get one of the measurements, you can take your handy speed square and put it on there, and you can get your 45-degree angle very easily. But since we had this piece that we already took down, I'm going to set it on here and line it up. Make sure that the bottom's perfect. Make sure that it's laying square on there. And I'm just going to mark it like so. We're going to set the saw at a 45, knowing that this is where it starts. And we're going to just cut the pencil line out with the saw. If you've never used a miter saw before, this is a miter saw. Down here, it has degrees on it. So you can see the little red pointer right there. I'm going to slide it over to where that is on 45 and lock it into place like so. Now, put this on here. We're going to lower it down. Make sure we're just outside of our pencil mark, like so. First cut's done. Perfect 45. Let's go see if it fits. Looks absolutely perfect. Now we just got to nail it into place. We're going to be using a Metabo angle brad nailer. You can use whatever type of finish nailer that you have. This is just what we have on the truck. First piece is done. Now we're going to repeat the process on super speed. I'm going to knock these nails out, take it over there, trace it, cut both sides, bring it over here. We're going to nail it up. Then we're going to caulk it, and that's going to be the end for us, because the old man y'all might have seen in the video, he's going to be the one painting it. So you can see this lines up. There's a gap right here because it's hitting this top piece of trim. So I'm going to nail it in through the top right here where that meets perfectly. And then I'm going to caulk that to fix it so he can paint it. Just like so. Now I'm going to go all the way over to the other side. I'm going to make that corner right, and then I'll work the middle. And over here, same thing. And you can see this is right, but if you take the camera around, you can see the back side of this is broken. So it looks like it's too long, but that's just broken and gone. There's nothing I can do about that. Everything lines up correctly. And we'll just caulk that in there so he can paint it. And from there, I'm going to have to pull this the bottom piece of trim down a little bit, like so, so that this can push back flush like that. All right, here's my caulk. I'm gonna show you one more little pro tip along the way here. I am not the best caulker in the world. There's people that are much better. We've linked other people from YouTube that are great at doing caulking and sealing joints. But one tip I can show you is cut it. This little tool is attached to the caulk gun, and that's to puncture the seal inside so you can get the caulk out. Push it in, then work it around a little bit so it punctures that seal. Now, to prevent getting caulk all over your hand, take your paper towel and wipe it off. Now, somebody else has used this caulk one beside me, so it wasn't done. But all we're gonna do quickly, it's gonna be on super speed mode, I'm sure, because there's no point in watching me caulk. I'm gonna caulk this crack, I'm gonna caulk all the nail holes, and I'm gonna caulk that crack over there, and I'm gonna caulk this side to the wall, and then it's gonna be ready for paint when the caulk dries. That's it. It's ready for paint. That's another job by Your Home Made Easy. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.